the scandals surrounding P. Diddy are no longer a secret. Dozens of civil lawsuits, federal charges for racketeering, human trafficking, violence and coercion, large-scale investigations, and courtroom drama. But amidst all that, one question remains unanswered. Why have so many celebrities who were once closely associated with P. Diddy remained silent? Where are their statements, their position, their reactions? Today, we break down who's been silent, how they're connected to Diddy, and why they haven't spoken up. Leonardo DiCaprio was a frequent guest at P. Diddy's iconic white parties in the early 2000s. According to Diddy himself, Leo was #1 on the guest list. There are photos, eyewitnesses, a public connection. But once the allegations started mounting, DiCaprio went completely quiet. Not a single public statement. A source close to the actor told the Daily Mail that Leo has nothing to do with any of this, attended a few parties like everyone else, and has long since moved on from that lifestyle. Yet, if that's the case, why not just say it himself? Silence speaks too. Naomi Campbell is another name long linked to Diddy. After his breakup with Jennifer Lopez, the two were seen together publicly, even amid rumors of a relationship. In November 2023, just weeks before Cassandra Ventura filed her lawsuit, Naomi attended Diddy's birthday party. But then, everything changed. She deleted all photos with Diddy from her social media and hasn't commented since. Was it a coincidence or a warning sign? Jennifer Lopez was with Diddy in 1999 during the infamous Times Square nightclub shooting. She and Diddy were arrested, though the charges against her were dropped. In recent years, her name has surfaced again in rumors, with some alleging she may have witnessed abuse. Legal experts say she's likely praying her name stays far away from court documents. It's been over 20 years since they were linked, yet her image remains closely associated with that era. And still, not a word. Mariah Carey collaborated with Diddy on her hit song Honey. In her memoir, she describes defending him when her then-husband, music mogul Tommy Mottola, made a racist comment about Diddy. But in a 2024 interview, Mariah only said that it felt weird to hear his voice on the track and insisted that he wasn't that involved in the production. No support, no criticism, just distance. Usher lived with Diddy as a teenager. He once described the experience as wild and stated he'd never let his own kids go through what he did. But what did he see? Was he a victim himself? Nobody knows. He too remains silent. Ashton Kutcher was at the height of his fame in the early 2000s. From That 70s Show to Punk'd. He even co-hosted one of Diddy's white parties. Since the allegations, he hasn't spoken. Rumors suggest Mila Kunis told him to stay far away from the drama. Considering the backlash both faced for publicly supporting Danny Masterson, now a convicted sex offender, their silence around Diddy may be strategic. JayZ and Beyonce were both named in one of the lawsuits. One plaintiff described a disturbing scene involving a masked man and an ominous message allegedly orchestrated by Diddy, witnessed by both celebrities. Their names were later removed from court documents. JayZ issued a strong denial, calling the claims fictional, and filed a defamation lawsuit. But notably, he made no comments regarding Diddy directly. Legal analyst Julie Rendonwin explains, "If I were a publicist or attorney for any of these celebrities, I'd advise them to keep quiet. Hope your name isn't dragged in. Keep your head down." For many of them, silence is not just about PR, it's legal protection. Some may have signed NDAs. Others fear being subpoenaed. Being at a party isn't a crime. Knowing someone who committed a crime isn't either. But seeing something and choosing to say nothing, that's a moral issue. Silence becomes armor. And for many, it's the safest option. NDAs don't shield anyone from subpoenas. In practice, they're intimidation tools. And they work. When your image, career, and millions of dollars are at stake, silence feels safer than the truth. This is why you don't see celebrities taking the stand. Doing so could open the floodgates for prosecutors to examine their own pasts. It's too risky. Even if their names appear in documents, we won't see them in court. This isn't the Johnny Depp trial. No live testimony from A-listers. This is a different story. In this one, silence wins. Diddy's legal team is elite. They're tough, precise, and well-prepared. They likely won't let him testify. Cross-examination would be too dangerous. Expect a streamlined, tightly controlled defense. So, when the truth begins to unfold, the stars disappear. That's no accident. That's strategy. Every word is a risk. Silence is their protection. And that silence is deafening.